Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Samira and I post videos on family, marriage, motherhood, lifestyle and just general chit chats about different topics and my experiences. So if you like videos like that, make sure you go and check out all my other videos and make sure you click that subscribe button to see more from me. So for those of you that don't know, I am a mum of two, soon to be mum of three. I have a 5-year-old son, a 3-year-old daughter, and I have my second little baby boy on the way who's due in April, and I'm so excited. So I'm sure you know by the title of this video, but today I'm going to be doing a pregnancy Q&A. I did a little poll on my Instagram and I asked you guys what you prefer to see, a pregnancy Q&A or a family Q&A. And to be fair, the votes were very close, but pregnancy had more, so it was just over 50%, and the family one was just about 49%. So I'm happy to do that one as well, so definitely send me questions for that. Thank you for everybody that sent me questions for the pregnancy Q&A. I had really good questions, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. Oh, by the way, if you hear any random noises or I get interrupted, the kids are in their room, so yeah. Mum life. Okay, so the first question is, how far along are you in your pregnancy? So I am exactly 27 weeks today, so I'm almost 7 months. I'll be 7 months next week. And yeah, what was the first feeling you had that gave you a hint that you were pregnant? So I found out I was pregnant on the 10th of August, and I remember the exact date because my friends had come round the day before, Katarina and Joyce. They came to visit me and we were chilling, and I remember that day I cooked for them and I wasn't really doing too much, but obviously when you're hosting people, you know, you might be up and down a little bit. So the next day, that was a Friday, the next day was a Saturday. I just remember waking up and feeling very tired. And obviously you get tired, you know, just in general, but this was just like a different type of tired. And normally my Saturdays are for like, you know, cleaning the house, doing laundry and things like that. And I was just so slumped, like I couldn't do anything. And I remember I just fell asleep on the sofa for hours. And I also had like a really bad headache. And so I kind of suspected it because it just wasn't normal for me. Like I'm not really someone that gets sick. I don't really get headaches, and these headaches were really bad. And like I said, I was really tired. So that combined just made me think, So yeah, I did a pregnancy test that evening after I woke up from my long nap, and I was just like, oh my days. So yeah, it was those two symptoms, the headaches and the extreme tiredness, that gave me the hint that I was pregnant, and then made me do the test and made me eventually realize. The third question is, how are you finding this pregnancy, and is it different to your others? To be honest with you, I have really good pregnancies. I don't get any sickness, any vomiting. The only time I really feel like nauseous is if I allow myself to get too hungry, which, you know, to be honest, rarely happens, because if you know me, I'm a foodie, a big foodie. But if there is the odd occasion that maybe like I delay eating for a little bit, I do start to feel a little bit sick, but once I eat, I'm normally fine. I'm finding this pregnancy a lot harder than my pregnancy with Aiden and Mia. I think it gets harder each time for me, just because obviously my body's getting older and obviously I have more children. The more children you have, the more children you have to look after during your different pregnancies. So obviously with Aiden, I had no children. I was walking around in heels at 9 months, strutting my stuff. With Mia, I was a lot more tired because I had a 1-year-old that I was looking after. And then this pregnancy, obviously I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, so it is a lot harder this time. But all in all, I can't complain because it is a really good pregnancy compared to others. I know there's people that are like really sick and through their first trimester, second trimester, sometimes all the way until the end, and I haven't had any of that. So yeah, this pregnancy is not bad at all. The next question is, was your third pregnancy planned? Well. So no, it wasn't planned per se. Like we didn't sit down and decide that we want to have another child, so we're gonna try. But at the same time, we didn't prevent it either. So yeah, that's the best way I can put it. It wasn't planned, but it wasn't prevented. So it did kind of come as a shock, even though I knew I could be. Can you talk about what has been difficult for you and how you overcome? So like I said, I had good pregnancies, but in this pregnancy, I was told that I have a certain condition which I'm not going to go into detail about. I will do a video about this later on, probably in a few months after I've had the baby, so I can explain everything, because it's still something that, you know, is apparently there. So I have a certain condition, and you know, it did really bring me down at first, because I was just worried, you know, obviously being someone that's had miscarriages before, you just scared to hear anything bad, anything negative. But I just had to remember to trust God, and that is honestly what's kept me going, just knowing and believing that God is going to see me through this pregnancy, and that this baby is going to be nice and healthy. So yeah, I will definitely do another video and go into further detail once baby's here and everything is well. Next question is, what do you estimate your weight gain will be minus baby weight? To be honest with you, I have no idea what weight I'm putting on during this pregnancy. I definitely have put on weight, because obviously with your growing bump and your growing hips, thighs, everything gets a little bit more snug. So I've definitely noticed that I've put on weight, but I couldn't tell you how much. I don't weigh myself. I'm not someone that really weighs myself and checks my weight anyway, to be honest. I just feel like, especially when you're pregnant, that is a time when you should eat freely, don't be worrying about your weight, and you are growing a whole nother human being. So I indulge, I succumb to my cravings. I'm not worried about gaining this weight, gaining that weight. And obviously it's good to be healthy, it's good to be a healthy weight, but it's just not something that I worry about. So unfortunately, I couldn't tell you how much weight I've gained, but I definitely have gained a little bit. How do you find your third pregnancy? And by the way, congratulations on your third. Thank you very much. Technically, this is my 5th pregnancy. Sounds so weird to say that, being that I only have 2 children, but yeah, this is my 5th pregnancy. Obviously I had the 2 losses, and then I've got Aiden and Mia, and this is the 5th. But my 3rd healthy pregnancy, I'm finding it, I guess I kind of answered this already, but I am finding it a lot more difficult than the other 2. But yeah, all in all, I can't complain, because even though I've been told I have this condition, and you know, even though I am a lot more tired and a lot more achy and things, but it is a good pregnancy, you know. It's not anything that is, you know, I'm not bedridden, or that is just not a problem for me. So I'm really, really super grateful for that. Have you guys thought of a name for the baby yet? So yeah, we thought of a couple of names. We haven't agreed on anything, which is annoying, to be honest with you. With Aiden, I picked the name and I was really confident, and Morgan liked it and it was easy. We moved from quite early. With Mia, I'm in an RM between Mia and Maya, and I decided on Mia. We decided on Mia. So yeah, that was fine. But this one's a bit of a struggle, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the names that Morgan's been coming up with, I'm just like, no bro, like, that's not happening. And then the names that I come up with, he's just like, babe, no. So we are kind of like not agreeing at the moment, but there is one in particular which I'm in love with, and he kind of likes it, but he's not 100% sold, so I'm working on it. But yeah, no, we haven't decided exactly on the baby name yet, but we definitely do have ideas. Did you and hubby plan on having more? Haha. So I'll tell you a little story. I shared this on my Instagram. But when we were dating, Morgan always told me that he wanted 7 children, and he was dead serious. Like, this wasn't a joke, he wasn't messing about, he genuinely wanted 7 children. And you know, obviously from day one I was just like, 7 children with who? Like, that's not happening. But I knew that, you know, we were gonna have multiple children. And so yeah, when we had Aiden, he then quickly changed his mind and said that, you know what, babe, I think we're good, you know, like 1 is okay. And then when we had Mia, he was like, yeah, you know, perfect, 1 of each. And so I think he would have been okay with just 1 of each, but you know, I kind of want 4 children, so I was willing to compromise at 3. But yeah, to be fair, he was not rooting for another one. He was not like, yeah, we need to have another baby. But he knew that I was broody, and you know, obviously he's happy. We hadn't decided on having more, but we weren't completely opposed to it either, so yeah. What's the worst thing about being heavily pregnant with 2 kids? The worst thing about being pregnant with 2 kids, I would say, is obviously, I think it's just, you know, mum life in general, being pregnant or not with 2 children. It's not easy, you know, obviously they're quite demanding, you know, and they don't always understand that you might be too tired or you might be not feeling so good, and you know, they want your attention, they want you to play with them. I wouldn't say anything is very hard. I think just my energy, like not having as much energy to play with them as much and go out with them as much, but I am still able to do things with them, you know, like I still play football with Aiden in his room, I still do all the girly stuff with Mia, so I don't think anything is majorly difficult. But of course it's not easy being pregnant and having 2 children, so yeah. Do your kids help out, or do they not understand that you need help? They help out quite a lot, to be honest with you, and they do really understand. I was actually quite surprised at how well they understood, because when we did the announcement video and shared their reactions, I felt like they didn't really get it. I felt like, yes, they understood that we're having another baby, but I don't think they fully digested it. But I would say about a week after that, they were just constantly asking questions, which is what I think helps them to understand. So even little things like when I'm coming up and down the stairs, Aiden will try and help me. He'll be asking me, "Mummy, do you need help?" And then, you know, sometimes if I stop like halfway up the stairs, Mia will be like, "Oh mummy, why are you stopping?" And Aiden will be like, "It's because of the baby in her belly and she gets really tired." So they are really understanding, and if I say, "Oh, I'm too tired, I can't do this or I can't do that," they don't like throw a tantrum or anything. So I would say they're understanding and they're taking it really well. Is pregnancy easier with 2 kids or harder? I think I kind of answered this one already as well, but yeah, it's definitely harder. I would say it's definitely harder the more children you have. It's not a pregnancy question, but I want to ask, where did you meet your husband? So yeah, me and Morgan met in church. That is the short version, but we do have a whole video on how we met, so I will link it below, so go and check that out. I just wondered, what do you do to keep yourself well in order to be the best you for your family, and how has it changed from when you first got married to now? I think this is really a good question, because it's so important to, you know, keep yourself in a good space mentally, physically, emotionally, to be the best you. So this is definitely something that I'm constantly trying to stay conscious of. When I first got married, obviously me time is not really something that I used to think about. I just used to have me time, you know. You don't really think about, if I wanted to nap, I could nap whenever I wanted to. If I wanted to go out, I would obviously let Morgan know and I would go out. But yeah, it wasn't really something that I had to think much of. But obviously when you have children, it's completely different. You can't just do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. So even if you feel like sometimes you need a break, you can't always have that break. So what I do to make sure is that whenever I feel myself getting to a point of frustration, or like just I need my own time, I will just let Morgan know that, "Oh babe, can you take the kids out today?" Or, "Oh babe, I'm going out with my friends," or "I'm going to see my sister," or "I'm going out to eat," my favorite thing to do. But yeah, like I make sure that I have me time, because I know it's very important for me to stay mentally happy and mentally healthy for my children, because I don't want to give them like the rubbish parts of me when I'm grumpy and moody and frustrated, and no one wants to be around somebody like that. So yeah, I just make sure that I have me time when I need it. And I think we work together a lot in that way, that if I feel like, you know, anything is too much for me, like housework, cooking, cleaning, whatever it is, Morgan really steps in when I need him to. So I just make sure that I make time for myself, and I also make sure that I try and focus on my relationship with God if I'm getting to that stage where I'm feeling like overwhelmed. So yeah, this is the last question I'm going to be answering. How does it feel knowing you'll soon be a mother of 3, and congratulations? Thank you. Yeah, this is a question I've been getting quite a lot, to be honest. It feels really exciting because when the baby's born, Mia will be turning 4, so it's been a long time since I had a baby. So I am really excited, and I guess I'm not gonna know what it's gonna be like to have 3 children until I have 3 children. So I'm not sure how well I can answer that question. But in terms of me just thinking about how it's gonna be, I don't know, I'm a bit torn, because I feel like it's kind of gonna hit me like a ton of bricks, because it's been a while since I was used to like changing nappies and constantly having baby on your chest, and you know, just the sleepless nights, and it's been a while, so I think I am a little bit anxious about that. But at the same time, I'm quite confident in my ability, and also both the kids are at a good age where they understand, you know, and I think that they're going to be very hands-on. I think they're going to be very helpful. And also something that has given me a lot of confidence is they are both in school. So whilst they're at school, I will have that time alone with the baby at home to bond with the baby and to organize things and plan and make sure that routines are in place, so that when they get home, hopefully things can flow smoothly for the evening. So to be honest, I'm not too worried. You know, obviously I can think what I want, but you know, reality is gonna soon hit. But yeah, I'm not worried. I'm very, very excited, and I'm super grateful that God has given me another chance to be a mum again. Mia's crying. Okay, I'm coming in 5 minutes. I'm nearly finished, okay? Give me a hug. You okay? Say hello. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Okay, let me finish. I'll be 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I think it's only right that I show you Bump to end this video. So this is Bump. Don't know how well you can see it, but yeah. If you are pregnant yourself, or you're planning to get pregnant, I hope you have a smooth and healthy pregnancy also. So be sure to comment, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.